Hello, welcome to An Abundance of Books. My name is Julia and today we're doing the end of the year book tag, which I can't believe is happening. I'm way behind on most of my goals and there's only like, I don't know, a dozen books that I'm probably going to read between now and the end of the year. So there feels like a lot of pressure. So let's go through these questions. I think there are 6 of them and see what we have to say. I haven't prepared for this at all. I'm doing it totally off the cuff. Do you follow that person on TikTok who keeps doing the "is this problematic" and goes around to all their coworkers and asks? Off the cuff feels like something that could fall into that trap. It feels fraught. Anyway, let's start with, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I believe there is only one, and it is this book right here, Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. We started this, my husband and I, and read the first like 4 chapters and then stopped for whatever reason. So I would like to finish this. It's not super important. 4 chapters is hardly a dent in this book, but this is something I would like to read and it's stunning. The other thing that I'd like to read that I never like committed to, but Books of Blood by Clive Barker. I read the first third of this. This is a collection of short stories, but it's 3 different collections now in this bind up. So I really loved it, so I wanted to continue with it and I just never did, but I would like this to be finished so that I can decide whether it goes on the TBR section of my shelves or the finished section of my shelves. So much of reading is just like for convenience or like to specifically put it in your spreadsheet in a meaningful way. All right, next question. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? Well, this bad boy right here, You Again, I just read, but this is the perfect autumnal transition book. This is a When Harry Met Sally retelling. It takes place over 10 years. It's enemies to lovers. It's banter. It's New York City. It's perfection. And so if anyone is looking for a recommendation, I would say that. But for myself, is there anything that I'm thinking of reading soon? It's not just like a strictly Halloween-y book. The answer appears to be no. I can't see anything on these shelves, so we'll just assume that I'm good. I'm doing all of my spooky reads in October, and then November. I've got some other things planned for, but it's pretty much just catch-up season at this point. Is there a new release that you're still waiting for, or a new release from this year that you still need to get to? For that, let us consult Goodreads. 2024. It looks like everything is out. The latest thing that I was waiting to be released is Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. This is a culty story. I think this actually might be a good transition book too. And I'm extremely excited to get to it. But yeah, I think all of my 2023 releases are basically out. The other one I'm thinking of is Last to Leave the Room by somebody. This just recently came out and it sounds so weird and I'm really excited to get to it. The second part of that was new releases that you still need to get to. And I don't know if there's any new releases. Oh, I do have Starter Villain by John Scalzi, which I got an ARC of before it came out and it's been out for at least a month now. So that one I should definitely read before the end of the year. Next question, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? That is stupid. Only 3? Also, only looking at my physical TBR, that is not complete. I guess one of them, I'll let you know, I think I'll be doing a video for this, is 11/22/63. This is a date, and doing this on the 60-year anniversary. Does that math check out? Yeah. So I'm hoping to read this behemoth of a book in November. I think the audiobook is like 31 hours, so I'm scared. But I'm also really excited. People have told me that I'm really gonna like this. It is about the JFK assassination and time travel. Don't know anything, don't want to know anything. Let's look at the rest of my TBR. Lots of things that I want to read, but nothing that's like urgent. Oh, we do have episode 13 by Craig DiLouie. I'm actually currently reading this and I'm really enjoying it. This is a story about a ghost hunting show and it's fully mixed media. It's downstairs, I assume. And another book that I think I'm going to read next month is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I got this book of the month because everyone has been saying that this is the best book, an excellent romance and one of Abby Jimenez's best. And I want to know. I believe this is a Little Mermaid retelling, very loosely, I assume. Looks like it's dual POV. Life's Too Short is the other book that I read by this author that I liked, but I thought was, you know, missing a little bit. So I think this could be a perfect romance for me. All right, next question. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Pressure. I was going over all of my 5 stars the other day, and I've actually had a really good reading year so far. There's a lot of stuff that I would be really proud putting on my top 10, but something that could be my new favorite. Honestly, I don't think so. If I'm going for a wild card pick, I think 11/22/63 could shock me and make the top 10 list, but I don't think it's going to be my #1 book of the year. What is my current #1 book of the year? I actually have no idea. Don't ask me. I'm gonna be stressed about it. And then the final question, have you started making any reading plans for 2024? Very loosely. I've started making video plans that will become reading plans. I guess I can tell you what that is. I'm planning on doing a comp series of videos where I read books that have been compared to my favorite books. I'm trying to think of examples, like You Again is When Harry Met Sally Meets Emily Henry, let's say. That's a bad example, but reading specific books based on my favorite books. So I've got probably 6 ready to go right now, so I think that'll be fun. But overall, I'm going to try to take it easier with my planning next year. I'm definitely going to be under my true goal of the number of books that I want to read, so I want to be able to give myself the freedom to pick up whatever calls to me in the moment and hope that that will make reading more, not more fun, but like something that I'm more drawn to than just like watching TV or playing a video game or something. I do also have a goal. It was going to be a video this year, but it's not going to read everything that I have on NetGalley. There's a couple of books that have been on there for years at this point, so I'd like to get my NetGalley up to 100%. So that's like 4 or 5 books that I have to read. But that is it for the end of the year book tag. It's a very short little tag, but I'm happy to be in the frame of mind and hopefully go read a book right after this. In the comments, let me know if there's a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year, because I want to know, and I want to know what people are excited about. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you very soon in another video.